What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know we do more than boxing. We do, basketball, football, current events, music, entertainment, whatever it may be. And you know, it used to be a debate. People say Eminem was the GOAT. I'm from Detroit as well. He's not from Detroit. He wasn't born in Detroit, but he's from Detroit. He's born in somewhere in Kansas. But come on down. But as I got older, I just, I started to see the discrepancy between him and Jay-Z. Now, people number one thing is, oh, Eminem killed Jay-Z on Renegade. But if you listen, Eminem wasn't talking about shit. My man's listened to it the other week, and it wasn't a blowout, bro. I think Jay's verse wasn't too far behind M. I give M the go ahead, but what Jay was talking about was real factual, But, in the grand scheme of things, Jay-Z is a better artist. Jay-Z had the better albums, in my opinion. And if you're talking about sales, Eminem sells because he has a large white fan base, to keep it real. And Jay-Z sells as well. I think the Hard Knocks Volume 2 or 1 almost went diamond at a point in time. But if you're talking album for album, I think Jay-Z's discovery is better. I think he's a better artist. I think he wrote better songs. He wrote Still Dre and probably a host of other songs. He's a better writer. His pen is better. Now, you say freestyling, probably him. I heard Jay-Z freestyle with Big L. And Jay-Z, probably would have killed 90% of rap. Right, this back in the day before he blew up. He probably would have beat 90% of rappers, then and now on that freestyle. But Big L was a different animal. If y'all heard those freestyle, Big L was something special. He was in that. He was right with Biggie and Pun. When you talking about, New York lyrical assassins, ain't nobody had no flow like them three cats right there. You feel me? But Jay, yeah, Eminem had two trash albums. This last one and the one before that, no, not Relapse. I think he apologized on Relapse. He need to apologize for this last album he didn't drop, because I didn't gave it a little, a little eeriness. It's trash, but each rapper gets out of touch though, and that's factual. Each rapper gets out of touch, and that's real stuff. It happens. Rap isn't nothing you can make a 20, 30, 40-year career out of, dropping albums constantly. It's only a couple guys that I know that have jumped eras in rap and still had success through, multiple, a few eras. And Jay in the 90s, early 2000s, and then, until now, LL 80s, 90s, early 2000s. M came at the 2000, 99, 2000 border. He took over the game, quick, because he was something that people wasn't used to seeing. You had the Fat Boys, but people found out people was writing for the Fat Boys, and you had a couple other guys, but he seemed to be, something different. He seemed to sound like a brother. He was endorsed by Dre and Snoop, and had a big backing from Interscope and Aftermath. But once you get past the glitz and glamour, album for album, lyric for lyric, Jay-Z's a better artist. And as I got older, I could relate more than Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? I understood that we were saying it's like growing up. It was like growing up and then going back to listen to some of the older albums. And as a kid, you really couldn't understand what they was talking about. But now that you've seen a little bit, and you're going into high school, you're going into college, or you're going out to the real world, now you actually can, visualize and process what he was saying. And Jay-Z was saying a lot of real ish just on the Reasonable Doubt album alone. You go into the, the Blueprint album. That was incredible. The Black album was incredible. The American Gangster album is one of the most underrated albums he had, was incredible. And most people say his weakest album might be Kingdom Come. But to me, it had one of the most epic diss records, Dig a Hole. It had one of the most epic personal records, and Lost One, where he talked about how he lost his cousin in the car that he bought him, or his nephew in the car that he bought him, one of the two. So, you look at the grand scheme of things, and people had an opinion, and people might say I'm crazy, but I don't even think it's close no more. And I see people taking Eminem out their top 5, or saying, oh, he can't be top 10 because of this album. A lot of rappers have whack albums. It happens, especially as you get older. This dude is pushing 52. Of course. It's only so many rappers that can, cross over generations and just have epic flows. You know, Tupac and Biggie, who knows? Going into 99, 2000 era, the 2000, late 2000 era, who knows if they flow and they music would have translated. Because Tupac had another way out of doing, he could have did acting and just segue into acting like many other rappers do when they flame out and rap. So you never really know. But as far as the artist to artist, I'm taking Jay-Z's albums all day. My favorite Eminem album was the Eminem Show. Obviously, the first one was Flames. But I stopped listening after the Encore. I mean, that was it for me for Eminem. That's around the same time that Jeezy, Gucci, T.I., Rick Ross came to the game and that trap music era took over, you know, as well. And it just, you know, I was just engulfed in that. I mean, I could relate more to what they were saying because it was something I was seeing. Eminem stabbing your eyes with needles and killing your mind and F your mom and you know, spitting on onion rings. I mean, after a while, that played out, you know. And I was you was a product of your environment. And I wasn't a product of that. I was a product that I grew up in the street for the most part. I wasn't a street nigga, but I grew up in the street. And I seen a lot of these things. I could relate. I could feel the hustle, the hustle and flow music, man. And Jay-Z always had food for thought and hustle music. That's what he's brought on. A real suave flow. A lot of people say, oh, he's in the J Cole era where they both born. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you like, you know, all you like is club music and that trash club music and the Migos and Cardi B, and you just want to dance, I feel you. It's a time and place for each genre of music. But if you want real lyrics and factual and food for thought, then you riding with Jay-Z. I'm not saying he the greatest, but he above Eminem. We gonna